Today we're back looking at different types of training. We've got 2 Wonderkid squads. We've been here before where we had no training for a Wonderkid squad to see how they got on. Well, today, with the 2 squads we've got one team that's going to focus primarily on attacking variations of training, and the other team, you guessed it, defensive training. So yeah, that's all there is to say. We're going to simulate through the careers. Who's going to do better? Let's find out. And of course, I have had to add myself as the manager, so I'm the manager of Accrington Stanley and Mansfield, the 2 teams in question today, ladies and gentlemen. So if we have a quick look at the squads, 90 current ability, 200 potential ability. As ever, we've got a full Wonderkid squad, mid-jiddied out of their minds. Future transfers to Saudi Arabia in 2045. We've got a transfer embargo. Not that we need it, because we're in charge of transfers, and that ain't going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. In terms of the training, this is the attacking training that I've set up. That's the attacking training. It's the same every single week. So there we go. Attacking training. Mansfield, exactly the same, 90 current ability, 200 potential ability, huge transfer to Saudi Arabia and all that jazz. And there's a defensive training. Again, set up exactly the same as the attacking training. It's a template that I've had to go through, that I have to copy, import it once, copy, and then paste every single week for the entire season. Every single season. So the amount of admin for this one has been insane. So I hope you all appreciate it. I hope you all enjoy it. Without further ado then, because it's a hell of a long time to get through and a hell of a lot of seasons to cover, we're going to jump through to 2024, the end of the first season. But before we do that, let's have a look at the season preview, shall we? The season preview says 15th and 17th. On screen splitting Mansfield and Accrington, and they've got exactly the same squad, exactly the same players and exactly the same ability. So God knows what's happening there, but nevertheless, that's what's happening. So we're going to see the players progress, improve, and do a hell of a lot, I guess, over their careers. So without further ado, let's start jumping through, because we're going to be having to check in on comparisons of players and all sorts as we go through this experiment. Maybe not in the first couple of seasons, but as seasons progress, we will be comparing strikers from Mansfield and Accrington. So yeah, just as a quick note as well to remember which one's attacking and which one's defensive. We've got Accrington, who are the attacking team, attack, and Mansfield are the defensive team. Just remember Accrington are attacking. That's all you need to know. I don't know why I chose Mansfield. Is there any teams beginning with D? There is Doncaster. Defensive Doncaster. Well, we've already found a problem. I found it. Tit. 2024. Okay, there we go then. So, Accrington, 66 points, finishing in 10th. Scabbett League 2 then. And Accrington have finished 10th, while Mansfield have finished 18th. Needless to say, I forgot to mention in the first little intro-y bit, I've made myself unsackable, so I will never be sacked. Now, would you look at that? Accrington finishing 10th with minus 10 goal difference. Now, that is pretty bad, isn't it? Considering that nobody in the top half, apart from them, has got minus goal difference. 2 teams over 100 points, Colchester and Stockport, doing very well indeed, if I say so myself. I don't know why I said that. Like, if I say so myself, like I'm the one that's implemented that. Like, it's me bragging. I'm not bragging. I don't know why I said it, but never mind. So it's the squad then. Accrington, we've got few in the teens, lows, just over 100. Not too bad. Mansfield, ooh, okay. They've got a couple of players better. Quite a few in the 1-teens and less in the 100s, because they've all improved more, yet they finished further down the table. So Mansfield centre forward 2 is their best centre forward. So we're going to compare him with Accrington's best centre forward. Well, yeah, he's just much better, isn't he? Much better indeed, all round. Okay, so I'm a bit confused as to that. And I'm very confused as to why 5 of Accrington's best players, all the players who are over 110, are defensive-minded. A defensive midfielder, but 4 defenders. 4 defenders. Yet Accrington are the attacking team. And you look at Mansfield, their squad, to be fair, their second best player is our striker. They've also got a defensive midfielder, and attacking midfield centre. Well, there you go. That is weird, if you ask me. Very weird. In terms of the season preview, well, now the season previews, they're both going to go up. Now, of course, it's not going to be this season. It's going to be next season when we see this, but we will be back in 2025. Well, it's double promotion. It's a double promotion for our teams. And, well, firstly, I don't even know where to bloody start with this one. How about with 3 teams with exactly the same fucking record? 91 points, 28 wins, 7 draws, 11 defeats. Mansfield, Wigan and Wimbledon. Literally could not be more identical except goal difference. Mental. Accrington Stanley, 4th, winning via the playoffs. We look at the actual league table. 96 goals for Mansfield, 95 for Accrington. And as you can see, Accrington are horrendous defensively. 74 conceded, 21 goal difference. So they're attacking in terms of their training, and they are really, really bad defensively. The squad is, well, loads of them in the 120s, 15 of them in the 120s. Absolutely brilliant. We're going to look at a centre-back here, the best centre-back in the squad at 127. We go over to Mansfield. Well, loads in the 120s. Less, you bet it, 14 of them. The one player less in the 120s. That being said, they've actually got someone in the 130s, and that's a central midfielder. And then a striker, then another midfielder, an attacking midfielder, let it be known, and then another striker. We've got to come all the way down here to get a bloody centre-back, and that's who we're comparing today. And the Accrington centre-back is, in my opinion, much better, even though he's got a better little point for attacking. Defensively, they're the same, but he's much quicker. Mansfield centre-forward 2. We're going to go and compare Matey Boy again. He's at 128, so let's go and look at the squad here. So Accrington centre-forward 2. What was he on? 125, so there's very little in it. So these two should be borderline identical. And as you can see, for my money, Johnny Mansfield's much better, isn't he? Look at that. Better aerially, better attacking-wise, even though all he does is defend in training. Better physically and better speed. Slightly worse in terms of his vision. Well, pop a pair of specs on him and he'd be fine. So honestly, that being said, well, who knows what's going to happen? I'm a bit baffled by that. But I tell you, I'm a bit baffled. Well, they both got up. Mansfield League champions, Accrington via the playoffs. How will they do in League One? Well, we've only gone and got ourselves promoted with Accrington again via the playoffs, and Mansfield missed out in the playoffs, lost to Preston. Did not make the final. Accrington beating Preston in the final 3-1 with goals from the wingers and central midfielder. So, in terms of the squad, Accrington 141 and loads in the 130s. 137 might be a bit of an outfield hard cap for League One with the current training facilities. Both training facilities I did neglect to mention. I put them at 10. Sorry, all this admin. There's so much admin. I've tried to make it a fair test. I put them all at 10. If you look at the training, just to show you, I go through and I've done it already every single season. There you go. So 130s, lots in the 130s then. Okay, a couple of players over 130 and 2 of them in the 140s. So complete bollocks, that 137 hard cap. Although quite a few players are at 137. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. Well, there you go then. So Mansfield season preview, probably going to go up next season. Accrington are going to be in the championship and they go up again. We're not going to check in on players and do the comparison every single time we come back, but we are going to do it on different occasions. There you go. Mansfield, 100 points in League One. They've now gone up. And Accrington have just won the championship. Accrington have just won the bloody championship. Can you believe it, ladies and gentlemen? Well, here we go. 151, central mid 3. We're going to compare central midfielder 3. And we're going to go and have a look at Mansfield. And their best, 148. Wow. 148 for Mansfield. And Accrington, what was he on? We'll look in a moment, but look at that polygon. Insane. 151. 3 attribute points. And you just saw that polygon. That's madness. 3 attribute points. How the hell has that happened? I've got absolutely no idea. What's just happened there. I'm baffled. Absolutely baffled. Need to say loads in the 140s over here. And Mansfield have also got quite a lot of players in the 140s, so they're both improving at around the same rate. And of course, as we saw, Mansfield have gone up into the Championship, Accrington in the Premier League. So 2028, here we come. It's a great start, isn't it? I think we're going to both be in the Premier League. We're going to be jockeying it out for the league title. That's what we're hoping. There we go, Skybet Championship, and it is Mansfield who've gone up second place to Southampton, and Accrington finishing mid-table in 10th. 13 assists for Accrington winger 3. Man City have been on a tear in the Premier League. Luis Enrique is in charge. That's probably because Pep went to PSG, I would have thought. Yeah, there he is. He's at PSG, as predicted. Is the main man at Austria? You bet he bloody is. We're there in 2023, 5 years ago. He's been there entire save game. Can't wait for FM25 where he's at Wolfsburg. A little bit of Ralph. A little bit of something interesting happening with Ralph. I must got to say, Ralph Watch, it's running out of steam. Nearly 2 years on. How on earth Ralph Watch is still a thing about 2 years on from when it started? I've got no idea. It's you lot clamouring for it. I stopped doing it and I always get whinged at. There's Ralph Watch. Well, I ignore it sometimes, so you get in the comments. Read the algorithm. So get in the comments. Let me know what you think of this so far. And then again at the end, double your comment up. While you're there, like and subscribe. Hopefully we're at 10,000 already, but if we're not, we're so close. At the time of recording, I'm about 62 away from 10,000, which is insane. 10,000 people. Imagine them in a line. God. Anyway, squad. The Mansfield squad loads in the 150s, and the centre forward 2 is there at 157. So if we go and have a look in the Premier League, we look at Accrington and their squad. Of course, they've been in the Premier League, so they've probably improved a little bit better. And as you can see, Few have got into the 160s and high 150s, and there's another centre forward. It's him again, with his little curly mop, and we're going to compare the two. And mentally, the Accrington forward is better, but physically and technically, we've got Mansfield. But they've basically both improved identical. There's very little in it, despite the fact that they're training complete opposite training schedules. Okay, right, what's next? Centre mid 3 at 162. Hang on, at 156, centre mid 1. Let's do that. There you go. So 156 and 157. So we're going to compare two central midfielders that are basically the same. Again, defensively, you can see very similar. Mentally and aerially, Mansfield are better, much slower, better vision-wise, and Accrington centre mid 1, much better attacking. Well, he is training attacking. He is training attacking a hell of a lot. I will also say some current ability might be taken up by these positions. Not loads, but some worth thinking about. So in the Premier League with both teams, well, we will be as of next season. So let's go and see how they got on in the Premier League. Well, Mansfield have got relegated. And Accrington have finished in the Europa League places. And I'll be honest with you, a couple of defeats. And that was Arsenal, sorry. 3 defeats and a draw in their last 5 games. I mean, they were 9 points off the drift of Arsenal, so they probably couldn't have put them up, but still, lucky to hold on to the Europa League spot. Although Man United, 6 points further back, did get Conference League football, so they probably would have got Europe anyway. But Mansfield have gone. Season preview thought they were going to finish 10th, and Accrington was 7th. Well, the season preview was right for Accrington, but bloody wrong for Mansfield. Deary me. Right. Well, we're looking in the 170s and 160s here for Accrington, so we are on the cusp of challenging for that league title, let it be known. Within a couple of years, I'm expecting us to be very much in the title picture, if not winning it. And Mansfield, well, to get relegated with that team is absolutely unacceptable. Look at how good 169, 166, 165, 3 at 164, 163. That is 2 centre-backs, a central midfielder, a defensive midfield or attacking midfield or central midfield. A goalkeeper at 174 as well, world class. Not been capped by England. The Zerbi's in charge of England. Mansfield goalkeeper's there. Mansfield have got a few players in there, so have Accrington as well. But yeah, sorry, that is unacceptable to be going down with this side. Unacceptable. These are £100 million worth players. 150s, very good for the Premier League. 140s, good squad option. 140s. Let's have a look. So let's have a look how many players they've got over 150. 14. Right, let's go look at the Premier League. Leicester, how many players over 150? 4. And admittedly, they finished below, so not a barometer for success. Eddie Howe at Palace, 2 players over 150. Aston Villa, 5. Sunderland, none. Brighton, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 at Bournemouth, 1 at Forest. I think I've made my point, right? Mansfield should not have gone down. Can they come straight back up? Bloody hope so. I don't even know if we got relegated when they weren't training. Right, Accrington, look at that. 180s, 170s. Where did they finish? 8th in the Premier League. That's worse. But hang on. Newcastle have just won it. Champions League football. They've just won the Europa League. Accrington have won the Europa League against Eintracht Frankfurt. Well, there you go. 2-0. City, Champions League football from 10th. And Mansfield had to go up via the playoffs. This is not great, is it? This is really concerning. Now, loads of players in the 160s now and 150s. Let's go back quickly to the Accrington squad. 183, 170s. We're not going to compare now because there's too much of a disparity. We're going to jump a few seasons. Hopefully then, so we're about 200 or one in the 190s where we can do a bit more of a comparison. So I'm going to jump 3 years now to 2033. I expect them both to be challenging for the league title. But Mansfield just getting relegated. I don't know. I'm not sure about this. I've got a feeling it's going to be quite underwhelming for trophies. We'll see. Right, we've got 3 years to catch up on. Oh, for God's sake. Jesus Christ. So yeah, that's where we were. Then Accrington and Mansfield, 11th and 12th, 8th and 9th, 9th and 11th. Oh, Conference League win for Mansfield, beating Roma in the final. Right. So we got players in the 180s and 170s. Very high 180s. Very good indeed. Accrington plays in the 190s. So they are 190 centre-back and a 188 centre-back. So let's compare these two. Well, there we go then. So it is starting to take somewhat shape, really. The defensive side of things for Mansfield, the point is higher. And the attacking side of things for Accrington, the point is also higher. But I will say, Mansfield centre-back 2 has improved a hell of a lot attacking-wise for someone who is only trained defensively. This should be a lot flatter down here, certainly from my perspective anyway. Let's do a striker. 181. 181 is not a great striker, unfortunately. 190. It's the only striker they bloody got. Well, look, Accrington centre forward 3 down here. Oh, we're going to have to do this, aren't we? 190 to 181. So Accrington centre forward, attacking wise, is much better, but also much better defensively. He has got quite a few attribute points on him, but I don't know. This feels a bit weird. It feels very strange. Like, what are we learning from this experiment? Honestly, fuck all. I'm learning nothing. I thought it might sort of lean towards which side is better for training. Well, attacking seems better, but both of them just being really unbalanced. They're just in the mid-table, like not doing very well at all. I can't believe it. Anyone won an FA Cup? No. Runner-up in 27-28 to Newcastle. No one's won a Carabao Cup. Barely been in the Champions League. Accrington have won the Europa League against Frankfurt. We saw that. And then Mansfield have just won the Conference League, beating Roma. Honestly, where's the media expecting us to finish? First and third. Well, we're not meeting those expectations, are we? We're 27, so we're going to start to decline from about the age of 30. Now, the physicals will decline, but I'm thinking that the other attributes do compensate and do sort of improve. So I think those points will get even more pronounced. So I think checking back in post 30 will definitely yield some interesting comparisons for the very least. Let's just quickly do a central midfielder as well. We haven't done this midfielder. Accrington central midfield 3. No, can't do 190. Here we go. 186. Can we? 186 defensive midfield. 188 versus 186. Okay. So defensively and attacking, identical for the central midfielders. I've got no words. I've got absolutely no words. I don't even know. I want to say I've got no words. I don't even know what to say. Over 10 years. Well, 10 years. 10 seasons where Mansfield have only done defensive training and Accrington have only done attacking training, and the two central midfielders that are pretty much the best in the squad, or up there as the best in the squad, borderline identical for Polygon. Insane. We're going to go another 3 years now. So they'll be 30 years old and probably won no trophies. 30 years old. Best goalkeeper in the world, 200 out of 200. Loads of 190s, 180s. Jesus Christ. 16th and 14th. Benny Sesko at Everton has been at United. 187 million Everton bought him for. Excuse me? 187 million? A tycoon? You bloody have, 2023. Right. Okay. 14th and 16th. We were last here there. Champions League football for Mansfield, so they've won the Europa League. Accrington 8th. 6th and 7th, you think, oh, we're on the move. 14th and 16th. I can't believe it. Mansfield won the Europa League. Who did they beat? PSV in the final. So Accrington, 200 goalkeeper, 190s for 3 players. Quite a few in the 180s. Mansfield. So a goalkeeper's at 190. So 190 centre back here. A 181 central midfielder and a 183 centre forward. We'll have a look. Centre back. Yeah, that's following the format of what we expected. Yeah, bigger point for either end of the two spectrums. Central midfielder. Again, this guy is considerably better. So we'll just compare, but with a pinch of salt. Defensively, they're the same. Attacking wise, Accrington's much better. He's much better all round. I think we need to get a player that's a bit worse. 181. There we go. That's a bit better, isn't it? Again, slightly following the format of the experiment, but not massively. Not massively indeed. And then, yeah, unfortunately, the forwards, again, not really going to do much for us because Mansfield is about 8 attribute points worse off. The mentals defensively as well, much better, as well as attacking. So no trophies either. Can you believe it? No league trophies anyway. Has anyone won the FA Cup? Nope. Anyone won the Carabao Cup? Nope. We've got a Europa League for Mansfield. I'm at a loss. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. What a waste of time this was. It took forever having to simulate every single season and then come back to the PC. Sometimes I was busy, so I ended up leaving it just sat there. How long has this game been going? Where's the game status? 18 hours to get to this point. A lot of it was probably idle, just sat there, but still, took forever. Right. Anyway, where are we going now? 4 more years, 2040? Why not? I can't remember what happened when we had no training. Go back on the channel and watch it. We did win certain things. We did win certain things, absolutely. I don't think we won the league this FM. We did last FM, but I don't think we got relegated. Well, we've got relegated this time. Accrington are down. Mansfield getting Champions League football 5th, then down in 10th, Accrington 6th, then 6th and 16th, then most present season, Accrington going down. So, senior squad, centre back at 181, centre forward at 179, and defensive midfielder at 168. Centre back, midfielder at 170, the striker. So let's have a look at the striker for a start. Defensively, he's caught up. Attacking wise, they're the same, but defensively, Mansfield's slightly better, much worse speed wise and everything. Oh dear, I don't really know what we're expecting at this point. Don't know what we're expecting at all. We've been relegated with Accrington. How many more times will we get relegated? Will we finish worse off than we did when we started? No, I doubt it. But can we survive in the Championship? If we're getting relegated 5 years out, most times with these experiments we do not get relegated until the last 5 years, and sometimes it's a back-to-back sort of thing. So we could end up really falling down the leagues. I'm going to go to 2045 now because, well, I would say I think we've proved our point. I don't know what point we've proven. 1 day, 13 hours. Look how long it's been sat dormant. Sky Bet League 2. Mansfield has just been relegated from Sky Bet League 2. So we've gone down to the Vanarama National League. So when I said we might finish off worse, we genuinely are going going to. Still got players that should be going up in the league. Season preview, Mansfield should have won the league by a landslide. Accrington are in League 1, so their fall from grace has been less. Let's have a look at the domestic league. So their fall from grace. So they did actually hang on in the championship. They literally hung on by the skin of their teeth a couple of seasons. Let's have a look at this then. So we came down and we finished 8th. Then the following season, we finished, oh my God, goal difference pushing Mansfield out of the league. And then we stayed up by a point with administration for Bradford helping us out. Reading finished the entire season on -8 points. 1 win, 1 draw, 25 goals scored, 170 goals against. Reading had an absolute shocker, didn't they? Deary me. There's a challenge for you, isn't it? And then the following season, then that's when we went down, bottom of the table, 21 points. And then Mansfield, so our first season in League 1, 14th. Then the following season, there we go, down in 24th. And then Accrington have just finished 24th in League 1. So they're going to be in League 2 next season. Whereas Mansfield are going to be in the Vanarama National League. Well, it has been, we'll say it's been interesting. It's been an absolute shambles, hasn't it? Look at that, 140s for a couple of players still. 174 caps for England. Well, they've never won anything, have they? If England have won stuff, 2024 and 2032, they might have won a Euros with a couple of players in there. Not sure how, but they did. Anyway, I'm lost for words. We've gone through to the end. We've gone through a few more seasons to see how they recovered, if they managed to, when they've got all that money to come back in. How much money have the clubs got, incidentally? Mansfield have got 1.1 billion plus about, 400 million coming in, and Accrington have also got 1 billion, 380 million pound transfer budget with a wage budget of nearly 4 million. So yeah, so Mansfield have actually got about 100 million pounds more, despite the fact that they're actually going to be in the Vanarama National League. So it's going to be very interesting to see this amount of money and what they actually managed to do with it. So let's go through to the end and see if anyone manages to recover. So the Vanarama National League, no one there. League 2, no one there. League 1, nobody there. The Championship, Mansfield have just been relegated from the Championship, 23rd. Well, let's have a look at Mansfield then while we are here. You won the Carabao Cup in 2039. I did not notice that. So here we go. For domestic leagues then. So we went down to the Vanarama National League in 2045-46. We came storming back with an 11th place finish, then first, then up in League 2, won in the playoffs, came straight back down from League 1, then in League 2 for a couple of seasons, went back down to the Vanarama National League, then up to League 2, League 1, and then the Championship. We've got £761 million in the bank. Current wages £1.79 million a week. A Championship side paying £220,000 a week for this shyster. Fine. And I didn't think I'd missed them. Accrington are in the Premier League, 15th. £20 million in the hole. Their best player is on £220,000 a week. Slightly better than that shyster we've just seen for Mansfield, but still not great. Competitions then. So we were in the Championship, went down to League 1, and we got relegated and went to League 2. Well, 2 years in League 2, and we were out of it. And then straight the way back out of League 1 and into the Championship. Now, we've stayed in the Championship pretty much religiously. Getting out of the Championship via the playoffs there, then straight back down, automatically, then straight back down, and then winning the Championship. And this season, we've survived for the first time since we left and they actually could train properly. Sheffield United have won a Premier League. Tycoon in 2049, 17 years ago, helped them get to a Premier League title. Manchester United had an era of domination, so have Spurs. Oh, Tycoon in 2049, they'd already won a Premier League by then. Interesting. Well, in terms of World Cups, anyone unusual winning? Not really. Algeria, runner up there against Portugal. Brazil, Spain, Belgium, France, Germany, Croatia, Portugal, for England. There you go. So that is it then. So what have we gleaned from today's experiment? Absolutely nothing. Just attacking or just defensive training is awful. It does not make your squad improve that good, and it's been an absolute shambles. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I genuinely don't know what to say. Have you enjoyed it? It's taken a hell of a lot of admin, a hell of a lot of effort. So, I think that's part of the charm with some of these experiments. Sometimes they fail so bad that they actually can be quite entertaining. And I was just shocked. I'm shocked. Were you as shocked? Let me know in the comments down below. Any ideas for future experiments that you've got, please do let me know. If you're new around here and you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. We're so close to 10k at the time of recording. We might be over it by the time this comes out, but if we are, subscribe anyway. Stay up to date with all the madness that goes on here on the channel. Without further ado, though, I don't say why without further ado. This is the outro. I'm going. Take care. See you soon.